Hey everyone, it's Jacqueline for Pixie Dust PhD, and today we're going to be discussing another Disney Vacation Club topic. We've gone over the basics of what annual dues are, as well as some very simplistic modeling to look at what they may cost you in the future. If you're new to DVC and still learning the ropes, I highly suggest you check out that video before tuning into this one. I will link to that video in the description below, or you can click the card in the corner. You can also check out my entire Disney Vacation Club playlist where I break down DVC jargon and other terms you'll want to understand. If you're considering buying Disney Vacation Club, this is the kind of behind-the-scenes look into the mechanics of actually owning DVC that I really wanted to know before diving in and becoming a member. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you do, please hit that thumbs up button to like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Ring the bell icon to receive notifications whenever I post new videos. A brief spoiler, unlike a lot with Disney Vacation Club, I was actually really pleased with the simplicity of being able to pay my annual dues online as a member. So without further ado, let's get to the short and sweet video about paying annual dues. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, hey, I'm Jacqueline. We mostly talk about Disney Vacation Club and Walt Disney World, although we do sprinkle in other Disney-related topics occasionally. Researching Disney Vacation Club can be extremely overwhelming, which was one of my main motivations to make this channel. If you ever have any DVC questions, feel free to reach out to me in the comments down below on YouTube, or you can find me on other social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram at PixieDustPhD. Once you own a DVC contract, you will have to pay dues yearly. You can do this through automatic monthly payments if you have a US-based checkings or savings account. This is a great option to spread out the cost of annual dues over a year. I did not pay via this method, but if you want to check out how to set that up, take a peek at my DVC member portal video. You can click the card in the corner, or I'll leave a link in the description below. Rather than monthly debits from a US bank account, you can also pay by credit card. You can set your account up to have a credit card automatically charged yearly, not monthly at this time, or you can manually enter your credit card information once a year once your due statement is posted. I chose to pay my annual dues by credit card rather than monthly for two primary reasons. First, I just don't own a ton of points, so the yearly total cost for my annual dues is not such a high amount that I need to spread it out to be monthly. Second, there is no fee to pay by credit card. Generally, when that's the case with any purchase, I like to pay by credit card in order to rack up those rewards points. If you're paying your annual dues in a yearly lump sum, those are due on January 15th of each year. Your annual dues are based on the calendar year and are not at all correlated to or affected by your contract's use year. If you need a refresher on that, please check out my use year video explaining that concept by clicking the card in the corner now, or you can check out the link in the description below later. And although your payment is due by January 15th, you are actually given an entire month-long cushion. Late fees and interest charge will begin to occur starting February 15th. I own a single contract with a Bay Lake Tower home resort that's 90 points and has an August use year. All DVC resorts have annual dues that are made up of costs from operations, reserves, and property taxes. Operating costs are things like maintenance, security, transportation, housekeeping, and more. Reserves, generally speaking, are specific funds set aside for future or unpredictable expenses. And property taxes are, of course, taxes. Combine all these values and you'll get your total amount of yearly dues per point. For 2021 at Bay Lake Tower, annual dues are around $6.90 per point. For a 90-point contract, this means my annual dues are around $621 total. If we navigate our way to the Disney Vacation Club member portal, you can click the Dues button here in the menu. Here's the dues overview page, and once your statement has been posted, you'll be able to see the amount you owe twice on this page. Here we can see I owe just over $536. But wait, didn't we just say that my due should be about $621? Yes, 2021 dues are a bit strange because there is actually a 2020 adjustment. Due to the pandemic, Disney Vacation Club resorts were closed for a few months. Therefore, a credit is applied to the operating costs as well as the property taxes on a per point basis. If we take a look and do a little bit of math, you can see that the total amount I owe for 2021 dues is that full 2021 dues amount minus that 2020 adjustment. This is highly unusual, and really pending another closure of the DVC resorts, it's not something I would expect to see in the future. If we head back to the website and look at the transaction history, you can see this billing adjustment of about $85. That's the 2020 adjustment. Now back to the dues overview page, which you can also navigate to through the My DVC tab. Click the Pay by January 15th button in order to start payment. Here you can pay the entire balance or by contract. I only have one contract, so this is the same for me, and I chose to pay by balance. There are multiple ways you can pay. I'm choosing to pay by credit card, and again, there is no fee associated with that, which is awesome. They also take most major credit card companies. Next, you fill out your credit card information and billing address. We will skip through that for privacy reasons. Once that's all filled out, you simply submit your payment. After a slow load screen, you will receive a confirmation of your payment. This page confirms I paid the full amount on my single contract, and that payment went through on December 23rd around 9:06 p.m. Eastern. They also send a confirmation to the email address you have on file. Looking at my email, this confirmation came around 9:06 p.m. on that same day, so there really was no delay. Just a few minutes after I paid, with a refresh of the membership page, now it says that my dues are paid in full. My current balance is $0. And even after you've paid, if you're curious, you can always go back to your statement and view the breakdown. Here you can see the 2020 adjustments appearing as a credit, followed by those 2021 charges broken down into operating costs, taxes, and reserves. Then finally, the total amount that you owed is at the bottom. I paid my annual dues with the Disney Visa Rewards credit card. I was a new member with a great sign-up bonus offer of $200 off after I spent $500 within the first 3 months. If you want to learn more about the Disney Visa credit cards, I recently covered those in a video. You can click the card in the corner, or you can find the link to that video in the description below. Paying with my new Disney Visa worked out really well for me with regard to annual dues. You can see on my Chase statement that I charged the annual dues on December 23rd. On December 25th, I sent just a small test $10 payment to make sure it was hooked up with my bank account well. Then just a couple days later, 5 days after I charged the annual dues, the $200 credit appeared on my account. All in all, my Bay Lake Tower annual dues for 2021 should have been about $621. With the 2020 adjustment, as well as the $200 credit from my Disney Visa card, I ended up paying just under $340 for my annual dues. I know this kind of perceived discount on annual dues is incredibly rare unless I keep signing up for credit cards with great offers like this, but for my first year as a DVC member, I am pretty happy with that. Overall, the process of actually paying my annual dues online in one lump sum I found to be incredibly simple and straightforward. I am a bit surprised as many aspects of Disney Vacation Club are actually super complicated. I'm happy to report that, at least in my opinion, paying your annual dues does not fall into this trap of DVC feeling overly tortured at times. If you have any questions about paying annual dues or annual dues in general, please leave a comment down below. I'll always do my best to get you a useful answer. I hope you're having an absolutely magical day, and we'll see you real soon at Pixie Dust PhD.